What's the motherfucking deal, Sauce Nation? It's your boy Ed Honcho, aka at the real Ed Honcho on Instagram and Twitter, or you just want those dripping H-Town, delicious, flavorful Sauce Sports takes, you can catch me at Sauce Sports HTX on Twitter. If you don't know what Sauce Sports is a Houston homer channel, so that means we're talking about the Texans, the Rockets, the Astros, Dash, Dynamo. We're talking collegiate, we're talking professional, we're talking amateur, high school, semi-pro, whatever it may be, as long as it represents the city, as long as it's representing H-Town. Then, we're going to put a little bit of flavor on it. We're going to put a little sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. If you've been an ingredient for a long time, and if you don't know what an ingredient is a subscriber. If you subbed, if you became an ingredient, that means you came and you dropped some of your flavor. You done dropped your sauce in the mix because the sauce is all about y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's all about y'all dropping y'all flavor because, like I say, that's what I enjoy the most about SauceNation is, like I say, y'all are always contributing and, like I say, offering great input. But we're going to talk a little bit about Mr. Shaq Hill. Shaq Hill, UDFA, undrafted free agent. Out of Eastern Washington. You see that crazy field that they're playing. I would have hated to play on something like that. Out of Washington. And not out of Washington, but a 5'10", 180 guy. Yes, I'm using my cheat sheet. Ran a 4.48. So a speedy guy. Had an injury, I want to say in 2015. Bounced back in 2016 with a 1,000+ yard season. So, that injury, the knee injury that held him down, I guess it didn't hold him down too long because he bounced back quickly. And had a very productive season. So I don't know if that's something that might have shied people away. Maybe the small school thing might have shied people away. But he seems like a guy who's going to definitely come in and try to fight. Very reminiscent of someone earlier we talked about. But like I said, if you want to know who that is, you got to go watch the video. Because like I say, everybody, numerical order. We're going to touch on each and every player on the roster. This is part of the Know Your Texans series. So we're going to make sure that, by the time, preseason starts, you will know every one of your Texas players a little bit better than you did before. So anyway, I say getting back to Shaq Hill, had an injury in, I want to say minicamp or somewhere around minicamp, and now it's time for training camp. And so they said he'd be back around training camp, and now it's about that time. So that'll be tomorrow as I record this video. So hopefully, he'll have a chance to shine, a chance to perform, and maybe make a name for himself. Because from what I heard, he was looking pretty good. Out there before he got injured. So, we have a very talented roster of wide receivers. So it's going to be quite a bit to make a name for yourself on this squad. Like I said, everybody lines up behind, who, Mr. DeAndre. Pay that man, Rick. Anyway, like I said, career stats, 178 cat receptions for 2,818 yards, which is very solid, which is very good. Yeah, I was trying to be fly, and I dropped my towel, so now my towel's on the ground. Pardon me. Yeah, I'm not editing that out, and then I got blurred up. Anyway, so I say, born May 13, 1993. Like I said, we just splashed a little bit of flavor, talking about a different thing. So like I say, if you know something about Shaq Hill that I have not addressed, please drop that in the comments down below. You know what I'm saying? If you were a former teammate, if a classmate, or if you just knew, that he don't know how to tie his shoes. I'm just saying anything you may know about Shaq Hill. I'm sure he knows how to tie his shoes. I'm just talking shit. But anything you know about Shaq Hill, please drop some sauce in the comments, and we'll talk about it. But like I say, without him having, not being a known player, with a lot of these rookies, the sauce is short because they don't have a real professional resume. We can talk about what they did in college, but that doesn't always necessarily translate to the professional game. And then especially with a lot of these undrafted free agents right now, before the preseason, it's going to be hard to tell. Before training camp, it's going to be hard to tell. So, by the time we finish this Know Your Texans series, we'll know these guys, and hopefully we'll be able to pay more attention and see, what they're producing in camp, what they're doing, in the preseason, be able to have a rooting interest, a vested interest in seeing these guys succeed for the team. Like I say, yes, in the new Sauce Sports studios, the air is out of there. But soon we're going to get it fixed up. Like I say, change locations, got to fix the situation. It's all good, baby. Anyway. So like I say, going to be a very interesting guy to watch. So hopefully, like I say, Mr. Shaq Hill, if you're watching, if you know Shaq Hill, you tell him that I said Honcho is rooting for him. SauceNation is rooting for him. We would like to see him succeed and be a successful contributor to the Texans team. So with that being said, SauceNation, like I said, sprinkle a little bit of splash, sprinkle a little flavor on Shaq Hill if you want to, if you know something. If not, give me your opinion. You see the highlights. And like I said, these are a few years back, and so I'm sure he's improved since then. What do you know? What have you heard about him coming out of camp? What are you expecting? If you're catching this and mini camp is going on, what are you hearing? Like I say, anyway, like I say, I love to read your comments, SauceNation. Like I say, man, y'all be cool. Like y'all be cool. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Check that Twitter out if you haven't checked that Twitter out. Get at me on the Xbox if you want to run a game. We can play 2K. We can run some 2K17. We can run some Madden. You know, whatever it is. I ain't afraid to take a L. One day I shall prevail. I got to get my practice in. It's all good. But with that being said, SauceNation, deuce up. I'm out. It's your boy at Honcho. Y'all be cool like y'all know how to be cool, and I'm gone.